What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I'll be telling you my feedback on the Adventure Force Metal Racer after 1 year of using it. Well, technically a year and 6 months, but the same thing. I would say throughout the year and few months I've had this, I've driven this car about once every 2 weeks to about once a month, and everything has held up very well on it, except for one big thing, which I'll get to later. On the body of the car, you can see these screws are a little rusted out, and on the bottom, the steering rods are a little rusted out right there too, where it meets the plastic. But overall, no performance issues that causes. Even after I've greased this steering a couple times, when you turn it left and right, it's definitely a little scratchy, if that's what you want to call it. Like almost that there's dust in it and stuff, but there's not because I've taken it apart. So I guess the gears in it, the little plastic gears, have gotten a little worn down, and that's what makes it do that. But works very well when driving it. For the two-wheel drive transmission in the back of the car, I have not had any problems with that, and it still has that nice compression like when you first unbox it, and does not have that scratchy feeling to it like the front steering does. And again, I have put some grease in here just to keep it maintained and running well. Now for the suspension on this, as you can hear, it makes a little bit of a scratchy noise. But even though it sounds like it's really bad, it honestly feels like it did right out the box. And there is some rust on it too, but it's not too bad. Something I almost forgot to tell you. The body, which yes, is actually metal, hint the Metal Racer, has held up very well through all the abuse it's been through. I mean, I have put this thing through so much. It has been scratched, fallen on, every time I try to jump it, well, not every time, but sometimes. When I try to jump it, it lands like this, scratches across, can't even tell, runs into things, dog scratches at it. You really can't even tell that that's happened to it. Looks almost good as new. So this body holds up very, very well. Now the tires are still in pretty good condition. As you can see, they still have their grip. It's a little worn down, but since the car is not too powerful, it really does not wear these down that much. Now something I would recommend doing, which I actually haven't done yet, is gluing these tires onto the rims. And I say that because a lot of times if your dog picks at it, if you run it into something, mainly the front tires, it'll pop off and you have to just spend a good 30 seconds, maybe a minute putting it back on. So not something big, but just something that's a little more time consuming if you want to just keep driving it. So if you don't want that to happen, I would strongly recommend just gluing these on with a little bit of glue. Now if you do want to glue these tires on, this right here is the glue I recommend. A link will be in the description if you want to check it out or buy it. I've used them for these tires on the Rustler. They've ballooned out, it's held up very well. So I would strongly recommend this if you do that. So I'm overall very happy with the body, the hardware, the tires, suspension, steering, transmission, all that. Very happy with it. Held up very well through all the abuse I've put it through. Moving on to the electronics. This is the battery the car comes with. A 3.7 volt little lithium ion battery. I have had no problems with this whatsoever. It gets a little warm when you drive it and when you charge it, but overall, no problems. It has about a 15-minute run time and takes about 15 to 20 minutes to charge. So overall, a very good battery. Now the motor will get a little warm if you drive it on like heavy carpets or you just drive it for a very long time. Like if you get 2 of these batteries and every time one dies, put another one in or something like that. It will get a little warm, but it's never overheated on me, I don't think at least, but it has gotten a little warm to the touch before. The switch can also be a little annoying if there's stuff on the ground, rocks or whatever. It will sometimes turn it off, you have to go fix it, turn it back on, but it's just something little. You can always put a piece of tape on it or something to keep it on. Now something I was actually thinking of doing, I was thinking of putting one of these Latrax Teton motors in there. That would probably involve a lot of shaving plastic off, but these motors are like probably 4 or 5 times the strength of the one in there, so I think it'd be funny to see how uncontrollable and fast this car would be if we did that. And I don't know, it might blow up some stuff too, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do it one day. And the controller still works just like it should. Nothing's broken on it, and I've even dropped it a couple of times, so a pretty good quality controller. Now for the big thing that is really annoying on this car that I have fixed countless times is that little bit of plastic right there. You can see just the amount of super glue that's on there. That's popped off so many times, and I've had to grind the super glue down to try to fit it back on. It's so annoying, but it probably shouldn't happen to you if you don't drop this off a 10-foot playground set. Yeah, that's how I broke it. Fun times. I have to be really careful backing up because as soon as it backs up into something, breaks it. And I've tried so many companies of super glue. I even recorded a video of me fixing it. I'll put the link somewhere up there. So yeah, that's the one thing I really don't like, and something that's probably the most fragile on this car. Now for those of you that want to see it drive for a second, this is how it drives. Has pretty good speed to it. When you turn it, it goes a little slower since it's just pushing a regular motor for the steering. But overall, it drives pretty well. I'm very happy with it, especially after a little over a year of having it. Very happy that things work great on it. So the car overall works absolutely great, even after everything it's been through. Heck, I even did a video where I did a speed run on this off the treadmill. That thing flew back, hit things, not one thing broke on it. But again, just don't drop it off a 10-foot playground set and you should be fine. So if you were thinking of giving this to someone younger, like a cousin, sibling, whatever, they would really enjoy it and they probably would not break anything because this car is very strong and very fun to play with. So after having it for a year, I give this a huge thumbs up, 5 stars. This thing is awesome. Probably the best $15 I've ever spent out my wallet before, and that's an honest opinion. So that's it for the video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Stay awesome. Peace.